Thanos and his children, Proxima Midnight, Ebony Maw, Corvus Glaive, and Cull Obsidian, have assaulted Thor's Asgardian ship in pursuit of the Space Stone, which is held in the Tesseract that Loki stole before Asgard was destroyed. Thanos' army easily defeats the Asgardians, despite Thanos already owning the Power Stone after decimating Xandar. Following the Hulk's fruitless counterattack, Loki presents the Tesseract to Thanos in exchange for Thor's life, only to be slain himself when Thanos anticipates Loki's betrayal and death. Heimdall utilizes the power of the Bifrost to send Hulk to Earth just before Glaive kills him. Thanos and his children then flee shortly after Thanos uses the Power Stone to destroy the spacecraft, leaving a bereaved Thor adrift in space. The Hulk crashes down at the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York City and reverts to Bruce Banner, informing Stephen Strange and Wong of Thanos' impending arrival. Strange and Banner inform Tony Stark about the Infinity Stones and Thanos. Stark realizes he must contact Steve Rogers to locate Vision, who has gone off the grid with Wanda Maximoff, in order to protect the Mind Stone buried in his head. Just as Maw and Obsidian arrive in New York to take Strange's Time Stone, Stark, Strange, Wong, and Peter Parker face them. Banner, who has been traumatized by Thanos' defeat, is unable to turn into the Hulk and assist in the battle. Strange is incapacitated and captured by Maw. Stark and Parker pursue his spaceship off the planet, while Wong remains behind to protect the Sanctorum. Banner communicates with the rest of the Avengers. Midnight and Glaive surprise Wanda Maximoff and Vision in Scotland, where they have been hiding, but Steve Rogers, Natasha Romanoff, and Sam Wilson fend them off. They decide to seek refuge at the Avengers facility in upstate New York, where they encounter James Rhodes, who is now ambulatory thanks to bionic leg braces. To prevent Thanos from retrieving the stone in his forehead, Vision suggests that Maximoff destroy it. Wanda instantly refuses, but Rogers recommends they travel to Wakanda, the only place with the technology to properly extract the stone from Vision without killing him. Thor is rescued by the Guardians of the Galaxy, who heard the distress signal from the Asgardian ship. Thor believes Thanos will seek the Reality Stone, which is held by the Collector in Nowhere, but first he must obtain a new weapon capable of killing Thanos from the dwarven planet of Nidavellir, which houses the Soul Forge capable of producing such a weapon. While Peter Quill, Gamora, Drax, and Mantis fly to Nowhere, Thor orders Rocket to accompany him to Nidavellir. Gamora talks to Quill on the way there, making him pledge to murder her if the time arises. Quill hesitantly agrees to do so. Thanos ambushes the Guardians in Nowhere after retrieving the Reality Stone and creating an illusion of an entire Nowhere to trap them. He captures Gamora after she begs Quill to murder her, and she escapes using the Space Stone. Thanos explains that he knows Gamora already knows where the Soul Stone is after extracting information from a tormented Nebula. Nebula flees and summons the surviving Guardians to meet her on Thanos' home world, Titan. Thanos and Gamora journey to Vormir, the planet of the Soul Stone, where the Red Skull, the stone's guardian, reminds him that retrieving the stone comes at a high cost. He must sacrifice the life of someone he genuinely loves. Despite his reservations, Thanos tearfully pushes Gamora off a cliff to her death and receives the Soul Stone. Stark and Parker rescue Strange from Maw's tortured dungeon and throw Maw overboard, killing him. Strange feels they should flee to preserve the Time Stone, but Stark disagrees, believing they should battle Thanos rather than retreating as they have in the past. The three depart for Titan to confront Thanos, where they meet Quill, Drax, and Mantis and devise a strategy to remove Thanos' gauntlet. During their strategy meeting, Strange uses the Time Stone to examine alternate futures, telling them he's seen 14,605,000 of them, with just one in which the Avengers triumph. Thanos teleports to Titan, where the gang engages Thanos in hand-to-hand combat and manages to subdue him after a brief talk with Strange. While Peter and Tony try to peel the gauntlet from Thanos' arm, Mantis is able to calm him down. Quill and Nebula, who had arrived on Titan during the conflict, conclude that Gamora is no longer alive. A furious Quill retaliates, striking Thanos and breaking the group's control on him. Thanos reclaims the gauntlet and destroys the gang, threatening to kill Stark if Strange does not give him the Time Stone. Strange does so, telling Tony that they had entered the end game. Thanos leaves Titan with the stone in his gauntlet. Thor, Rocket, and Groot arrive in a bleak and abandoned Nidavellir. Thor is perplexed by the gigantic forge's inactivity. The huge dwarf Eitri informs them that Thanos ordered the dwarves to make his gauntlet in exchange for Thanos killing all but Eitri. The four produce Stormbreaker, a war axe that serves as Thor's new weapon and lends him the power of the Bifrost, after laboring to revive the forge and reignite the neutron star that powers it. Meanwhile, the Avengers arrive in Wakanda and charge Shuri with carefully extracting Vision's Mind Stone. Thanos' army of Outriders comes and begins attacking Wakanda, and the Avengers, along with the united Wakandan soldiers led by King T'Challa, stage a defense against Thanos' forces. Glaive breaks inside Shuri's lab and attacks Vision. Before Thor, Rocket, and Groot arrive to join the battle, the Outriders begin overpowering the defending army. Midnight, Obsidian, and Glaive are dead, and the tide appears to be turning for the Avengers, but Thanos arrives for the Mind Stone. To prevent Thanos from retrieving the still-implanted Mind Stone in Vision, Assad Maximoff destroys it, but Thanos uses the Time Stone to reverse the incident and wrench the Mind Stone out of Vision, murdering him again. Thor attacks and slams Stormbreaker into Thanos' chest, but Thanos survives long enough for the gauntlet to snap his fingers. He discovers Gamora as a youngster on a distant world. When he affirms that he met his aim, she inquires as to the cost. His response is, everything. Back on Earth, Thor watches in horror as Thanos teleports away, his gauntlet bruised from the effort in his left arm and part of his chest scorched. Thanos' aim of wiping out half of all life in the cosmos is realized when people start disintegrating. Bucky Barnes, T'Challa, Groot, Maximoff, Wilson, Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, Strange, and Parker all turn to ash and fade away. Only Rogers, Thor, Banner, Romanoff, James Rhodes, Rocket, Okoye, and M'Baku remain among the heroes in Wakanda. Only Nebula and Stark remain alive on Titan. Thanos awakens on another beautiful, green planet, his chest wound healed, and watches the sunset serenely, faintly smiling, content that he has accomplished his ultimate aim. In a post-credit scene, the Earth is in chaos as humans begin to disintegrate into ash, driverless automobiles smash on the street, and a helicopter crashes into and explodes into a tower. Former S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury and Deputy Director Maria Hill observe the street scene before dissolving themselves. Fury tries to transmit a final distress signal to Captain Marvel before vanishing.